Alrighty, so now for this one right here, we have lesson 19. This is the last lesson before the end of the chapter. So lesson 19 says speedy delivery. This actually has to do with a bunch of things that we've already done. So it has to do with our angle bisecting. It has to do with, a lot of the previous lessons that we've done. So now for some of these things, we did this already in one of our cool downs. We did this already on one of our cool downs. So on some of these, so these topics are still there. So let's take a look at this first one. It says notice and wonder. So this is what I need you guys to do. Since you all have your compasses out already, and I asked you guys to have those out. So it says draw a triangle and sketch the angle bisectors of all three angles. What do you notice? What do you wonder? So I need you guys to draw a triangle and then bisect each one of the angles. Bisect each one of the angles. So I need you guys right now doing that. And for those people that weren't here, hopefully your partner can help you with that. Okay, you're bisecting an angle of a triangle. So first thing, draw the triangle. You guys do it now. Yeah. Make the triangle here, and you need that to bisect. So draw a triangle. Okay, right here. Put those right there.
Yeah, okay, so those should be my areas.
The whole notebook is do that.
That's what I mean.
Draw a triangle.
Like, just draw one?
Okay, it said draw a triangle, didn't it?
Well, I need a...
You want that little thing right there? Okay. Bisect each angle. So, you got to do your construction. Okay, remember how you bisect an angle? You cut an angle into equal parts? That's why we have a compass. Don't forget. You got to use a compass. Alright, if you guys are trying to find the instructions on how to bisect an angle, it's on page 11. It's on the summary of page 11. So you actually have to do the bisecting. So with your compass, you have to bisect it. So you need straight lines first.
They work.
So on page 11, if you need the instructions to bisect. Not that. Okay, straight edge, make a triangle. Make a triangle right here. Make a triangle right there. Okay, make a triangle right there. Yeah, those steps right there.
Oh my god.
Okay, so good. Now, from the instructions on page 11, look at hers. Hers looks good. Okay, page 11, so the summary actually has the steps. Those are the steps to actually make the bisecting. Alright, draw a triangle. Okay, so now, I wouldn't say use his, but he doesn't have any of this stuff.
So you're not going to answer my question? Alright, then.
Oh, maybe from I don't know for sure who you're talking to.
Well, that's a question. Someone's like, I mean, I think it's like people are like, huh?
I talked to my father on Facebook.
What are you though, exactly? I don't hate them, but I despise them. I do. I don't hate them. I just feel you're an equalist. Which is the feminist. You're not talking about.
That's correct. But now you're you're going to bisect each one of those angles. Yes, you did. Yeah.
Everybody's trying to hate
Bisect. Very good. Let's do it.
the world and say that that's going to help somebody.
Okay. Bisect.
Never mind, you're a first world feminist. I'm going to call you Simba.
No, my name is Andy.
My name is
I will never guess that. I have
Olivia. I'm white. Great. Mr. Poncho?
Wait, you're white? No. Oh, I was going to say, what?
No, I'm Hispanic.
I'm coming around. I'm coming around.
Mr. Poncho? Are you right?
How are you doing? It's looking good.
Are you lying, Amanda? That you never ever leave?
Get close there. Start with the triangle. You have to have a triangle first. What? Again? Okay. Yours is right. What? It's looking right. Yeah, your steps are right. Okay, fine, go. Yeah, more than halfway. Yeah, that's good.
Wait, so I took you more than halfway?
Yeah, for each side, right?
Oh, okay.
No. Okay, so let me show you on this right here. So it's those steps right there, but it's also this right here. So you start by this circle right there. Okay? Does that make sense? Okay, you start with that. Okay, so use your compass. Okay, you have to bisect each side. So I'm going to use page 11.
That's why you have to
Right here. So see right there, remember you look at the instructions on how to do it here. That's what I was telling you, right here, do instructions. Okay, so that's why you're going to use this one. If you set it down right here on top of this, it actually does that. Okay? Right. So I'm about ready to do all the instructions. Huh? I can let you borrow one. Come on up here. All right, you guys. I'm going to go over this. There's a lot of people who can't seem to actually find this one, or they forgot how to do this. Make sure I get this back. All right, if we're bisecting every single one of these sides, paper underneath here. So I'm going to start by drawing my triangle. Now, just for the sake of, I want you guys following along. Okay, you don't have to do this, but I like doing this because I like talking about certain spots. And I know we're all paying attention up here, not having a side conversation, right? Yes. So I'm going to do the triangle A, B, C. Now, if I am going to bisect this side right here, if I'm going to bisect that side, that means I'm going to, okay, so let's take a look. More than halfway right here. Now, for this one, I'm bisecting the angle. So now I'm going to cut the angle in half. So I always start this by, I stretch it more than halfway because if it's less than that, it's too small. Okay, so I'm going to start by drawing a circle around C. So I'm going to start all this at C. Okay, is everyone okay to there? Okay, now, no one does. Now, I'm going to Where's my pencil? I lost a pencil. Alright, so I'm going to use this point right here and this point right here. So when I do this, the next thing is I stab where it goes there, and I open it up to the other side. I stab there, open it up to the other side. And now I draw an arc this way. And without changing my compass, I stab this one, and I draw an arc going that way. So now what I did here is, I have a point out here that I can connect the vertex C. So I'm going to do this, and I'm only going to use, so I'm only going to go from here to here.
Would the line intersect or?
Yeah, because I'm only doing it for the triangle. I don't have to go all the way out. But I just needed that point right there to give me a reference to where I could actually connect. If I extend it all the way, it'll go all the way to there. But I don't need the extension. I only need to the edge. Alright, is everyone okay with that?
Yeah.
Because I'm already doing another one now. So that one's C. Now I have to do it again for B. So, since I'm going to do this again for B, so first thing I do is I stab B, right? Stab B, a little bit more than halfway, and draw my circle. Now for this one, I'm using this point right here, right? I'm using this point right here. So I'm using those 2 points right there. Those are where my circle intercepts. Are we okay? Anyone falling behind here?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I'll slow down for a second. All right, new guy. How you holding up?
I don't know. Alright. I didn't see when you did the circle.
The first one, or okay? Do you have a triangle there?
Yeah.
Okay. So now, did you stab one of the corners? One of the vertices. So stab there, right? Okay, we stabbed there. Now, just open it more than halfway. That's all I needed, right? Okay, so now draw a circle around that.
Alright.
Did you do that?
Yeah.
Okay, so once you do that, we're marking where that circle touches my lines. Are you okay there now? Okay, so now, the next step. I stab my markings, here and here. I stab, and I open it to there. Okay, I open it to there. Then I draw my arc. Did you get that far? You drew an arc out here, right? Okay. So now let's go ahead and, yes.
I did not draw that.
You did not?
No.
Okay, where did
I drew
you?
a bunch of circles, but I don't know.
Okay, you didn't need the whole. You didn't need the whole circle. You just need the piece from this point.
I drew 3 of them on each angle. Or point.
Okay, so now the next step would be this point right here. Step here, like that. Step here, like that. And go this way. And here. Do the same thing on the other side. And that's where this lines cross there. That's where we go here. Okay. All right, are we okay? No? Maybe. Everyone just look at me grumpy. There, good job. Good job right there.
And
All right, so now I have my arcs intercepting right there. So I'm going to line it up, here to here, go to the edge of the circle. Now, I want you guys do exactly the same steps for your last angle. So do that right now. Do that right now. So I want you guys to do that last one.
But I don't have to.
Why not? You have to have it. How do you get lunch? What? This delicious food we have here.
delicious prison food.
Okay, so now. Okay, now use it. Hmm? Why? Okay, you guys are the only ones that use it, so you know. Stop breaking it. Come on, I just went over how to do this. What do you watch when I get? Okay, so start in the circle here, right? Circle here, around that. So use your compass. Huh? Here, go ahead. It's just you guys use one. Yeah, measure from there to there. Hold on, I gotta grab a pencil.
My soul. I will insult myself for you to insult me.
That is too hard.
Wow.
What did you do from?
Mine just fell out of the car.
How about you guys? You both had your heads down when I was going over it. Why's your homie here doing? Look at everyone. We spent the last, at least 45 minutes at the hair salon to get this highlight.
It's perfect.
He's gotta get on this.
That's
What you thinking?
you're good.
You're weak. Take it to the gym. It won't be weak. Let's work out.
I look like I was.
Okay, then stop doing this. When you do this, it makes it
Excuse
worse.
me, you're late.
And so what do you just do again?
I'm the wrong person.
And you just go like
You're late.
this. And you go like this.
Have you seen the time?
But, all right, Miss Amanda, can you come around and help too,
I need
please?
help. I need help. Me.
Not
She
you.
was supposed to help me anyway.
Oh, sorry. She was supposed to help me. No, I meant to say a long time ago. My cousin.
Yeah, you're right. You guys are far.
You're an counselor.
You got two shingles. You measure from here to here, right? To your arm.
Oh, really?
If you're good connect here.
She's my cousin. Lady right there.
No, it doesn't have to be. It only has to be this way. Yes. Alright, so measure from here to here. Okay, same size. So you do it here. Yours is looking good. Okay, so now you got a circle here, right? So you got this point here is right? So you almost get this here, and so Okay, so I'm about ready to do this third side. So for all those people that really weren't paying attention the first time I did it, you just put your heads down instead. Now's the time to actually pay attention this time. Now, listen. So, excuse me, I need you paying attention, especially if you're complaining that you don't know how to do this. So, right here, first thing I do is make a circle. So I stab A. A little bit more than halfway, I make a circle. Now that we have that circle, so here's the circle, here's my point here, and my point here from that. I have my point here and here. Next step. Stab one of those open to the other.
Or, wait, can't you just, that thing in the middle?
No, not yet. We're trying to prove that thing in the middle. All right, here to here. I'm going to take this way, and I'm going to draw my arc out this way. So I now have an arc going this way. An arc is only a part of a circle. Now, without changing the size of my compass, do the same thing on the other side. So from here out. So this is going to be the point that I'm going to connect it to. This is where this arc here and this arc here connects. So I take my straight edge, but I'm not going to go all the way to this point. I'm just going to go from here out to here. When you were done with this, by bisecting each one of the angles, so we cut each angle in half, and we ended up getting all these lines, these angle bisectors, they're all intersecting, aren't they? Say yes.
Yes.
They intersect at a single point. So, if you did this correctly and they intersected at a single point, you know I can see that phone still from here, right? Having it under your desk really doesn't help, especially if I can see straight there. This thing right here is actually called the centroid. This is the centroid. It's where the center of the circle is, or the center of the triangle is. No matter what shape of the triangle you get, you're going to actually get a centroid in which that is going to be the center, the very center balance of this one right here. So if I were to actually cut this out and try to balance it on that would be perfectly the spot where it would be balanced out. Okay, so let's take a look at this next one. Now, looking at this next one, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to do the same thing for this one. So it says right here, it says, here's a square city with 3 locations of the same store. So in our case, these are, Filibertos. Okay? So in 1 square mile, you have 3 Filibertos right here. Now, the company wants to break the city down into regions so that whenever someone orders from an address, their order is sent to the store closest to their house. They have hired you to decide how to divide the city between the 3 stores and show your reasoning. Now, I just told you guys the basis of what you guys need. Okay, you guys are going to do the same thing by dividing up this in between those 3 stores right there. So I want you guys, you and your partner, since we just practiced bisecting right here, I want you guys to do that again for this. So please do that right now. So like I said, you're doing the same thing that we just got done doing. Again? Huh? No, just same time every day. Like set my clock by.
No, it's not.
Huh? No, just the 3 filibertos. See? Yeah. Kinda. So it's the same thing we just did, right? So I want you to be able to apply it though. I want you to apply it.
Alright.
Basically, yes.
Alright, so I'm gonna do that. Right?
We're gonna make a dream.
Basically. Basically.
So is it, don't worry. It's only, that's why I'm worried about it. I know what to do. No, you can't. No, you can't. You changed it today. No, you can't. They changed it up to 30. If you're a couple, they changed it up to 40.
No, it's 25. What are you
Shut up, I'm trying to lie with I don't know, I'm kind of a gay lesbian. Hold on. Your boyfriend's cheating on you. No, with Shakrisha.
Are you really trying to throw my paper in the trash can?
At least I tried to recycle it.
It's not even the recycling bin.
It is, it says recycling dump.
I guess you have to make a triangle out of this.
Yeah.
Recycle, recycle.
Okay, so remember.
Recycle.
Yeah, the blue one's on.
Recycle.
Then why is there trash in that?
Cool, says recycle. Get your home.
My home.
I mean, get yourself.
Okay. Hey, at least I'm a recycling, not a trash.
No, you're
You're right.
kidding, I'm kidding. Don't worry. What is that? You're always on it. Flushing shockingly. Whoa. Hey, yes, I don't know why you forward one. Name's Clean.
Okay, but looks like you have to
What is it? I sound like I had a lot of sediment. You sounded super depressed.
20.
Is that your man?
Get out at 20.
Is that your future man? Why? Maybe at 600. Get your man. Or is he not showing? Don't bend over. You just did. Here, I got it. Me? Put her in a dress. I'm a man.
Right? Oh my god. Okay. I'm sorry. I can't do this.
I'm gonna do it.
Yeah. Yeah. A little stuff.
I mean, I have my ex.
You need a pencil?
You go to the other side.
Hear what it said?
That's what it said.
Okay, so Filibertos, Filibertos, Filibertos. Okay? You did the corners. I need you to do Filibertos. That is your triangle.
Did you hear what it said? Didn't work out. Huh? Isn't that what the triangle first? Then circle.
Use the straight edge.
It works.
Mr.
No, it doesn't. Yes.
Whenever I water down, I'll protect it wrong with this compass.
With the compass. I'm gonna become dead.
Okay. Listen up. Hey. Class.
Yes.
Class.
Yes.
You people back there. Okay, I want you paying attention up here. That's what I want. All right, so now, okay, a lot of people weren't paying attention when I said these are basically the Filibertos. These are my triangles. So if I were to go through and do this, I'll do it in light pencil because it's not. This is not the piece that I want. I just want the angle bisect. Because I'm gonna erase this here in a second. So for this one right here, like I said, so I'm gonna start with F, more than halfway.
Wait, what? You don't start at the corner?
No, you're not doing the corners.
We're doing
This is the triangle.
You have to split it in three.
Yes, each one of these, each Filibertos, we're trying to actually break up the Filibertos into the different regions.
How did you
So-
break it?
Now, if you guys want a real life example of this,
Go outside.
if I order a pizza from some hut down the street, there is one over here closer to me
Then the one down the street.
than the one that actually delivers here. Because they broke it up into delivery zones. So they try to actually get this to be certain parts. Okay, for it to be equitable for both. Yes, yours might be closer, but you know, it's going to go by different regions. So I have that right there. So I'm stabbing F, drawing my arc. So I have my right here, I open it up, measure it that far. Draw my arc from there. Draw my arc from there. Now, what this is going to do for me is it's going to break this up. So I'm going to go from here to that point right there. And I'm going to go all the way so you guys can see this. Now I'm going to do it again. I'm going to do it again from G. Stab G, more than halfway. Draw my arc. Stab here. Open it up to the other side. Draw your arc out to there. Same thing on the other side. Now, I have this right here to G, and I'm going to connect it all the way across the square. Same thing goes. Same thing goes right here. A little bit more than halfway. So I have my point here. Open it up to that. Arc that's an arc I'm connecting, and I'm going to connect that to that one. Now, this point right here, is going to be the centroid of this. This is going to be the centroid of this. So now for what I'm actually doing is we broke it up because we found the center of this in between all these shapes. So now the first question, okay, so I did that. All right. Show you reasoning. So if I shade this by region, you guys don't need to do this right now. We're going to finish the rest of this on Monday. I'm just finishing the instructions for this. Okay, you guys stop. Hey, you guys, please stop. Stop. I can't continue this if you guys are noisy with those boxes. So please leave the boxes alone for a minute. Then it'd be this one over here. And my last one would be this side over here. So those are going to be the three regions that I've broken this area up into. Okay, so we're going to continue this on Monday. So I need you guys to come, make sure you don't lose the stuff. Now, please put the compasses, protractors, straight edges in the box, and the boxes goes back. All right. Don't forget, like and subscribe.